Yeah. When did they close?
In 95, and I heard they closed in 2000.
Okay.
That's just, I'm not official on that, but that's what I heard through the sister. No, I'm wrong. Not 2005. 2005.
Okay. Do you know why they closed?
It was like, let's see how like certain things go out, like that are in demand, like in the marketplace. The youth offender went out when Gray Davis changed the law, making the age limitation from 16 to 14 to be tried as juveniles to adults. They ran out of commodity. They didn't have business. They went out of business. Basically, to be honest, the youth authority ran out of kids to place here because the government already did enough, what do they call it, conditioning. I call it brainwashing. They call it conditioning, treatment, and training. I call it brainwashing and getting us ready to be better criminals to make it to the California Department of Corrections. It's just a bigger buck for the government. And now they can sell their property that they had here for multi, they're getting rent now. They couldn't pay for us. It's like slavery if we really look at it. After slavery was over, Willie Lynch and them decided to make a new plan. Like, okay, it looked like Abe's gonna break down and sign that amendment into effect, that 16th thing, and basically giving them a different path of slavery. So they went to gangs, drugs, domestic violence, other entities to keep us enslaved without knowing we were enslaved. And when that ran out here in this tense, now that was in the 1865. Now we're here in 2022, and they couldn't keep juvenile offenders in California because law made them go to prison, and they actually lost money because it was more to house a juvenile than as an adult. So now let's make that up. These are the kids like myself, Batman, Trub from Trub, Crumb from East Coast, Madman from 60s, the multiple hundreds of us that grew up as Wyatt babies right here.
Fred Nellis. Okay, so in your best of memory, give us like a breakdown. So you said this was like a playground area. You said the chapel was there. Yeah. Like what was in that area?
We start cottages. Like this is, to be honest, it's so thrown off because without the fences and the perimeters telling me where I can and cannot go, I'm lost with direction. But how Nellis was set up, you had a cottage would be probably this whole green grass. That's about the size of a unit, which they call a cottage. So for example, this would be Jackson Cottage, which housed 150 inmates. You would have a dormitory with bunk beds. Then you have another dorm side of the bunk beds would be single bunks. Then you'd have a wall and there'd be rooms. That was the process. You start off phase 1 on the bunk beds, work your way to phase 2 to the hallway, and then you get into the room as a phase 3. That was the highest level of privilege.